Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Plimoth Plantation. Today, I'm going to take you on a virtual field trip. I'm about to take you back in time to the 17th century. This is where the first Thanksgiving was celebrated. Let's find out what led up to the first Thanksgiving feast. A group of people left England because they wanted to seek freedom and a new way of life. Today, we call them pilgrims. Back then, they were just known as the English. The term pilgrim stems from the word pilgrimage, meaning a journey of great importance. For purposes of this field trip, we'll refer to them as pilgrims. After spending 66 days on the Mayflower sailing across the Atlantic Ocean, the Pilgrims arrived in Plymouth, Massachusetts during the autumn of 1620. Once they arrived, they now had to build houses for shelter. Since winter was quickly approaching, it was important that they build them quickly. They used tools that they brought with them from England and natural resources from the land to construct their houses. It took about 2 to 3 months to make a one-room house. But by winter, they had built 7 houses, a common meeting place, and 3 storehouses. I'm currently standing inside a 17th century house, which is one room consisting of a fireplace, a small dining area, and the bed. The natives of the land were the Wampanoags. The meaning of the name Wampanoag is Eastern people, or people of the dawn, or people of the first light. Let's take a look inside a Wampanoag home or weetu. These one-room houses could hold up to 40 to 50 people. Wampanoag houses had a hole built into the very top of the house. This hole allowed the smoke of the indoor fire to escape. Sheets of bark above this hole kept the rain or snow from coming in. The Wampanoag people taught the Pilgrims how to plant crops and hunt for food. Without the help of the native Wampanoag people and their leader, Massasoit, the Pilgrims would have never survived the winter. In the autumn of 1621, the Pilgrims' crops had grown successfully and their harvest was bountiful. In addition to the crops they had grown, men and boys had to hunt to put meat on the table. The Wampanoags hunted venison or deer using bows and arrows. The Pilgrims hunted waterfowl like ducks or geese. Women were in charge of preparing the feast. They roasted the freshly plucked ducks over the fire. The children helped by grinding corn into samp, a kind of corn-based oatmeal. Turkey was never mentioned in the only written account of the first Thanksgiving. Cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes weren't even invented yet. In addition to ducks and venison, some other interesting food items were on the menu at the 1621 feast. For seafood, they had cod, eel, clams, mussels, and lobster. They ate wildfowl such as duck, goose, crane, swan, partridge, and eagles. For meat, they ate venison and seal. The grains they consumed were wheat flour and Indian corn. The vegetables that were served were pumpkin, peas, beans, onions, lettuce, radishes, and carrots. They ate fruit such as plums and grapes. For nuts, they ate walnuts, chestnuts, and acorns. Since the feast was a week-long celebration, the Pilgrims and Wampanoags played many games to keep themselves busy. The Wampanoags might have taught the Pilgrims the pin game, where you have to toss a small ring onto a pin. Wampanoag and Pilgrim children might have played blind man's bluff together as well. The grown-ups also played games. Many of the games were a test of skill or strength. They competed in target shooting to see who had the best shot. Besides sports, there was also singing and dancing among both the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims. The 1621 feast was not one big sit-down meal. Meals were eaten throughout the village, both indoors and out, for almost a week. The Wampanoag and Pilgrims ate some meals together, and other times they ate separately. The high table at one of the meals would have been impressive. Massasoit, Squanto, who was the Wampanoag who taught the Pilgrims how to plant native crops, Governor William Bradford, Captain Miles Standish, William Brewster, who was the Pilgrims' religious leader, and at least one of Massasoit's punnies, or warrior counselors. So there you have it. The first Thanksgiving, or 1621 Harvest Feast, was a time dedicated to giving thanks for new friendships and plentiful harvests.